Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jadagi, or Jack. I am the head of the SAFD in NDOS roleplays. Today I'm going to explain to you basic rules and regulations on how we operate due to outside of roleplay, and some roleplay expectations we expect you guys to follow. The things we expect you to follow is, when you sign up, we basically tell you everything you need to know about the crew and some rules. This is going to explain all the rules and regulations. First, double clanning when it comes to GTA 5 roleplaying is forbidden. If you are caught or even found or told or snitched on that you have been roleplaying with different people that are not from our community or different communities full stop, you will get a 3-day suspension or a termination, depending on if it's a regular thing that's been going on. Secondly, if you are caught and you have been given the suspension and you are continuing to, you will get a termination of your membership. Thirdly, if you have been told to join an RP or there is an RP on, join it. We don't do this for the benefit of our health. When the date that this video comes out, it will be exactly around 6 to 7 months that this community has been worked on. In total, this community has been out for 6 to I think it's what, about 3 weeks max. If you can hear rustling, it's my cats. I'm sorry, they're irritating, and you know, never mind. But anyway, rule number 2 that I'd like to point out is, if you have any form of issue or you are absent for an RP, you will get a strike. We have a 3-strike system. If you get 3 strikes in a week, you instantly get a 3-day suspension. If you miss any more RPs, the suspension carries on, and then membership termination. We expect you to join the roleplays. If you are dedicated, or when we interview you and we ask you, are you dedicated for this? If you say you are and you clearly are not, then we will hunt you down and we will kick you out of this community. It is simple as that. Rule number 3. If you are appearing offline when there is a roleplay going on, or you are playing with friends, or if you are doing anything else when it comes to you being online, you will get a strike for not attending a roleplay. If you attend, every day we have 1 to 3 roleplays. One at 12 PM, oh sorry, not 12 PM, one at 12 AM, one at 5 AM, and one at 8 PM. We have them at these times just so people can join. If you even join one every day, you don't get a strike, because you have attended that day. If you join all 3, then it goes better in your favour, and that's what gets you promotions and basically gets you further up the chain of command ladder. When it comes to everything else, we have strict rules on basic and non-basic necessities. So if you are found playing with friends or in a party or anything like that in roleplay time, and you are not in that roleplay, and you have not got permission to basically not attend, you will get a suspension, and that suspension will be 3 days to 7 days. I am warning you on this. Rule number 4. This ties in with rule number 1. If you are found double clanning or anything like that, you will be suspended till further notice or terminated. We have these rules for a reason, to make sure the lobbies are full and people have fun, have more people to interact with. So if you have any form of issues or anything like that, we can report it and we'll have witnesses for it. Rule number 5. If you are recording or using footage from roleplays for your personal use, such as YouTube, Twitch, anything like that, it is allowed. Just make sure you tell an admin at the beginning. So if they end up finding it and you haven't got permission for it, it doesn't end up backlashing on you. The only thing it'll do is probably give you a bad report or something like that. It won't give you any form of major punishment, it'll just be a bad report. And it'll probably basically have you suspended for an RP, so you can't join the RPs at that specific time. Yeah, so rule number 6 is we have strict regulations when it comes to in-RP outfits. If you are basically, when you join, we basically give you a rundown of what you can basically look like. If you want to have any form of facial tattoos, go ahead, just as long as something that is reasonably okay. If it's like face paints or stuff like that, we do tell you to take them off. Now, if you are going for some form of criminal type acts, masks are allowed, but just please don't wear them all the time, because our law enforcement, if you've done anything illegal and they see that mask, they will hunt you down, and if you have done something that illegal, they will shoot on sight. So make sure you're changing your outfits every once in a while. The time in the last 3 weeks, I have seen 3 to 4 people. To say that we have just short of 30 or so people in the community at this point in time, I have only seen 2 to 3 people constantly changing their outfits and vehicles so they don't get caught. That is what we expect when it comes to role players, especially when you die. If you die in a roleplay and it's due to either A player, or B, some form of accident, if you die, change your outfit so it makes it out that you have basically died and you're another person, or you've respawned or whatever. It's not confusing. It's basically changed skin. Rule number 7. If you're a part of any form of EMS or police or fire and rescue, and you're a civilian, or something like that, if you're a civilian, listen to what they say, because they've shown dedication. You might be a civ, you might have been to every RP, or you might have not been to any of our RPs, but when they tell you to do something, do it. Don't answer back, because they have the right to arrest you or kick or report you, and if an admin catches wind, it's their choice to either A, remove you from the session, or B, give the cop full access to arrest you. So please don't get gang up and get cocky to a officer or fire and rescue unless it's part of your RP. If it's due to God knows what, then just whatever. Rule number 8. If in your role plays, or you're role playing as some form of killer or something, don't go on a mad ass fucking spree by constantly killing one player. If we find that, you will be removed and you will have a suspension for 7 days. If you kill a person more than 5 times in an hour, and it's the same person, you will be removed from the session, and you will have a 7-day suspension due to constant killing. And not only that, FRP, because that is constant killing. Due to reasons, if it's different people over a large amount of time, if you kill, say, half the lobby, and it's like in stretched over like 6 or 7 RPs, we're fine with that. Basically, if you are going for some form of hitman type serial killer, don't constantly kill people, or just basically learn their strategy, how they look, what they do in their daily routine, or follow them around before you do it, instead of going up like, with a fucking AK or a minigun, just going and mowing down, say, an entire police station or something, because that's instant FRP and you will be kicked, removed, and have a 7-day suspension or a suspension until further notice. You will, in the chat, it will basically say why you're suspended, and when the suspension period is over, it will say la da 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 da, your name is now unsuspended from ba 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 ba, caught again, and then whatever punishment. If you're caught doing it in a certain amount of time again, say if you have been caught on that charge, you will be basically in, I think it's a month to 2 month period. If that happens again, you will pretty much either A, get a suspension to further notice, or termination of membership. One thing we don't allow is tryhards. If tryhards want to be cocky or try fucking do whatever they do, or even caught doing any form of tryhard act, you will be removed and suspended for 7 days. And if it happens at all again in your career, it is an instant termination. We do not allow FRP. Rule number 9. Rule number 9 is more for, how can I put it? It's along the lines of the last rule I just said. If you are caught doing tryhard acts or anything like that, we have rules and regulations on what vehicles you can use. If you want to check out the video on it when it comes out, check on it, have a look. If you are seen with any form of highly modified vehicle or military vehicle, you will be kicked, removed and terminated from the entire crew. I will read out a list of vehicles. If they are caught, found or even heard of without an admin's permission, or in RP without an admin's permission, you will be kicked, removed, suspended or terminated. The vehicles are Oppressor Mark 1 and 2, Kinjali Assault Tank, Insurgent Pickup Custom, Chernobog, that's for civilian use by the way. I know Fire and Rescue use it as a ladder truck. Any fire and rescue vehicle, any fire and rescue vehicle, as long as it's not a part of your RP. If you are caught in a vehicle like that and you're killing people with it, you will be kicked and removed. If you are in a, what the fuck is that now? Any form of jet, you will be kicked and removed. Any form of aircraft without an admin's permission, you will be kicked and removed from the session. If it's some form of part of your RP, let an admin know, or let them know that you're probably going to use it. If they give you permission, then it's fine. If not, you will be kicked and removed and suspended for 3 days. And that's all the vehicles so far we've picked out. Rule number 10. We have strict regulations when it comes to vehicle use. If you are caught with modified vehicles or personal vehicles, you'll be kicked and removed from the session and you'll have a 1-day suspension. If it continues, it can build up and build up. If you get 5 strikes due to vehicle modification or modified vehicles or illegal vehicles or anything like that, unless it's a part of your RP and it's been approved by an admin. If it has not, then you have no right to use it, which gives us perfect grants to either A, terminate you and kick you for the night, 1 day suspension with it, or kick, suspend for 3 days. If it's a regular occurrence, you will get larger suspensions and more harsher punishments. If it's a constant regular occurrence, you'll be terminated. We do not allow highly modified vehicles. I will give a list of what type of vehicles we do not accept. You are not allowed any vehicle from Legendary Motorsports unless it's been approved by an admin. If it's something low grade, say one of the classic cars or anything like that, we allow them as long as they are not upgraded. By upgrades I mean armor, braking, turbo, suspension. Anything internally or performance upgrades are illegal when it comes to personal vehicles. Anything cosmetic, we're all for it. Although if you have neon undercarriage lights, you might get pulled up for it, so I'd watch on that one. And if your car's pink, people might question it, so unless you're female, don't do it, I guess. Yes, so anything due to vehicle enhancement or upgrade, it is forbidden. The vehicles you are allowed to use personally are vehicles that are in Southern San Andreas Motorsports. Some vehicles you are allowed to use out of, I believe it's Legendary Motorsports, but if approved by an admin. Any form of emergency service vehicles that emergency service use and you want to use it as a civilian, unless it's not a part of an RP, such as you taking an ambulance to basically kill someone or false trap someone, we allow that, just as long as it's not a regular occurrence. And we also allow some other things, but it depends on how we go on it, if you get what I mean. Now, that's pretty much everything to do with this. That's every rule that we've got so far that are the main rules. If any of those rules are broken, it could end up being kicked and removed from the session with a 1 day suspension, or just kicked and removed from the session in general. You will not be allowed to join for the rest of the day. It could be kicked, removed, and a 3 day suspension, or just a 3 day suspension on its own. It could be a 1 week suspension, which is 7 days, or it could escalate to suspended till further notice, and then termination if it carries on. I would like to also point out, if you are terminated, or not terminated, suspended, if you leave at all in that time, you will instantly lose your membership of being in this crew. You will instantly lose your membership, which is a termination for leaving in a suspension. If you have been suspended and you leave from the community, your membership will be completely terminated and you will be banned. You will not be able to rejoin ever. We have this rule because you need to learn your punishment. If you do not learn and you just decide to puss out and just not take care or not do anything, it's just not worth it. So that's all the rules, that's everything so far. Those are all the main ones. Definitely check out, if you're in any form of fire and rescue or EMS, the stations, locations, fire and rescue vehicles, the training manifest for fire and rescue. Once all the fire and rescue videos are done, expect to see more, expect to see police update videos and locations and precincts. We are planning on working on districts. We are working on districts, so certain stations and certain police stations will be in each district. I think that's everything. Thank you for watching, and if any of you want any questions, just ask me in the chat or just ask me personally. And yes, thank you for watching, and have a good day, keep on role playing, and don't break the rules, please. Thank you, good night.